Hi, I'm Leslie. Welcome to my channel. I'm just drinking my coffee and I thought that I would just sit in front of the camera and just talk. You know, sometimes I love watching just candid videos on YouTube, and that is kind of the kind of content that I like to create as well. You know, when it's not like overly edited and I can just be myself. So that's what we're doing. Actually moving out of my place, and so I'm just like getting my stuff together. And I have my procedure tomorrow, which is hopefully going to give me answers on my health, which I've been struggling with since December. So exciting, and I'm looking forward to obviously getting answers. And yeah, so I'm just gonna drink this. One main thing that I have been kind of just sitting with is that in stressful situations we can really freak out, and it serves us no purpose. It does nothing to change the situation, it just makes things that much more stressful. When we have lots going on, it's so easy to want to freak out and overanalyze and overthink and overact and just all those things. But it's very important when there's a lot of things going on, when we're dealing with change, to just ride the wave and just kind of take it one step at a time. Because like I said, like being stressed in a stressful situation is just no point. It's just no point. And that's just like what I'm doing right now, is I'm like, you know, just doing what I need to do. I'm just in the middle of packing my things, and this afternoon I have to do the prep for the procedure because it is an endoscopy. I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically like a tube goes down my throat and they just like see what's going on. So that should be interesting. So I have to drink this stuff and clear my stomach out. And that is all that you need to know about that. But yeah, I'm just taking it one step at a time, and that's like all we can really do, you know. We can't control it, like, and trying to control it is just going to add more chaos. And why would we want to do that? On this channel, I talk a lot about health, and I have always kind of struggled with health and self-image. I was 120 kilos at one point and I'm now 70. That has been a major transformation, obviously, but looking after my health has only really stuck since getting sick. And that is one of the reasons why I love to talk about health, is because why would I want anyone to go through what I've gone through the last 9 months? I don't. It has been so isolating. It has been just continuous, like it's just been like day after day still struggling with the symptoms that I've been dealing with. And I can't really be in society, and it's been very interesting. I like to talk about health on this channel, and I like to talk about my weight loss, and I like to talk about therapy and all those things, because if you can put your health first today, if you can look after yourself today, then you won't have to go through what I'm going through. You know, if you get ahead of your health today and you take it seriously, and yeah, sometimes it takes like an event like your health declining for you to be like, oh shit, I actually have to do something about it. But that is why I'm like so upfront and so kind of in your face about looking after yourself, is because you don't want to deal with this. You don't. I was in New Zealand at the time, and I had to quit my job. Thankfully, I had a place to stay, and I was living with people, but it's scary being overseas by yourself and having no income. And eventually I had to, you know, rely on family, and I know that's a big privilege, but it wasn't one that I wanted to do. There was nothing in me that I was like praying to get better, and I was thankfully living off my savings, but I was like praying to get better so I didn't have to reach out and ask for that help. I'd already been 120 kilos. I'd already been overweight and depressed and isolated, and my family had to watch that. And then getting sick when I'm overseas and being so helpless. It was very humbling. This entire journey has been very humbling, but it's scary, and dealing with your health is not something that you want to give to your family. Like, you don't want to be a burden on anyone. It's not fun. It's opposite of fun. There was times in like the first 3 months of getting sick where I was just begging on my knees. I was talking to God. I was like praying for an outcome, praying to just wake up one day and be better, and I never did. And it's been a long journey. It's been a lot of self-discovery. I know that I had to kind of go through what I went through. I've really found love and peace within myself. However, I'm saying all this, but you can do that too from where you're at. You don't have to get to absolute chaos and despair in your life to change something about it. You don't. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't wait for that situation to happen for you to change your life, to better your life. I am so happy, and since learning my body and putting my body first, it's kind of trickled out into my life already. In all the ways. I have better connections. I have a better connection with myself and the people around me. And I just ultimately have so much self-respect that it makes me want to live a better life and have better people around me, and it makes me want to do better for myself, and all of these things that come with putting our health first. That, you know, you might be focusing on losing weight right now, but it's the little things that will truly get you to where you want to be with your life, you know, with your happiness and finding yourself and your just overall life. I don't know, life is so crazy, and I'm trying really hard to see the positive of this entire situation, and I'm trying really hard to stay in optimism, and I'm excited for the next chapter of my life, and I could not say that a few years ago. I am happy with how I look physically, not because I'm thin, and I never promote being thin on this channel because that's not even what any of this is about, but I'm happy because I feel comfortable in my skin and I love myself because of how much work I've put into myself, and that's amazing. And I hope that for you as well, you know, putting yourself first today and taking care of yourself today is ultimately going to lead to a better life tomorrow. And that is what I love to preach, because while my life is nowhere near perfect, I feel like I have a really solid foundation within myself, and going through this next process of figuring out results from like what is even going on with me, it's only going to slowly start to get better. And I can kind of feel that it's like my life is just slowly, you know, getting there, and I just have to enjoy the process. I just have to not freak out. And yeah, same for you. If you're going through anything right now, it's like I was saying at the start, it's so important not to freak out and just to let it play out. Oh my god, this coffee is so good. I haven't really been drinking coffee because I'm not really supposed to, but I thought that I would just have one. It's not gonna kill me, it's not gonna do anything, so. I'm really excited with the next chapter to get my hair done and do things like that, because my symptoms can like kind of come at any time, and so I haven't really been out in society. I've just been like fully hermit, and I've been able to do that just with being, I moved back home to Brisbane and I've been living with family, thankfully. Like, I know that this is like such a privilege, and I do not take for granted any of this, but I've really been able to kind of look after myself, and it's been a journey, and now like I have to like get into the world again. So that's going to be interesting. I've been dealing with social anxiety, and I did go to therapy for it, but then the therapy for the social anxiety turned into childhood therapy. Oh my god, like it turned into like 8 sessions of like heavy therapy, just over my entire life, and I so needed that, and I'm so grateful for that. But like, I just kind of wasn't expecting to be dealing with those things. I was just expecting to be dealing with social anxiety. Therapy is so interesting. I like it, and I like learning about the way that we think and the way that we handle things and our triggers and stuff. It's very interesting to me. And so that was so interesting. And if you were like ever wanting to get into therapy, do it. They might ask you very direct questions, but that is like the way to heal. Getting to the root cause of our emotional distress, our emotional triggers and reactions is so important in healing that part of ourselves. And I have felt so clear in like the weirdest way. Like, I haven't felt as reactive. Instead of running away, we need to just face it. Facing our past, facing who we are, and not running from these really emotional parts of ourselves. Like, I was dealing with PTSD and trauma, and that was one of the reasons why I gained 120 kilos. I talk about this quite a bit, but I can run from that, I can feed myself, and I can travel overseas, I can feed myself comfort food, I can do all these things that are ultimately running away from myself. I'm running away from a problem that needed a solution, and therapy really brought me the solution. I feel so clear. Like, I feel so at peace, and I've done a lot of forgiving. Forgiving is such a major part of this journey with healing ourselves, is not holding on to these really heavy life events and not holding on to people's actions towards us, and facing it and just forgiving, not for anyone else, but for ourselves, but for our life. You know, do you really want to be like 10 years into your life and still thinking about these things that happened that are irrelevant from where you are, but they're still there? You know, they're still affecting your life 10 years down the track. It's so interesting how facing it, forgiving it, can better you moving forward. And that's ultimately one of the things that I was able to do during this period of my life as well is therapy. And I needed it. And it was very rewarding when my therapist said that she was proud of me and that she didn't think that I needed to do any more therapy because I really got to a place of peace. And with her help as well as my own work, yeah, I feel very clear. I feel very good, and I'm excited to move on to the next stage of my life. And I'm not running from anything anymore, you know. I traveled a lot in my early 20s, and I feel like I was constantly running. I was constantly doing things to escape the things that were plaguing my mind. And that led to binge eating, and that led to major depression. Because I was constantly trying to escape these heavy, just raw emotions that were underneath the surface that I wasn't addressing. I was always running from it. And yeah, like I said, you can spend your entire life running, or you can just sit yourself down, isolate yourself for a little while, and face it. Face yourself, face your past, and just let it go. That's been a major help in seeing myself better, showing myself self-respect and loving myself, is because I'm not holding on to these things anymore. My past can't hurt me. My past can't drag me down. I am who I am, and I've put in work to be this. I've had to forgive to be this. Anyway, I don't know exactly where this video was going. I just wanted to sit down and just talk. Like I said, I love these kind of videos where they're just kind of candid and real, and sometimes I don't talk for a very long time, and then I'll sit in front of the camera and I'm just talking and talking and talking, and I don't know where it comes from. I seriously don't know, but I feel alive when I sit in front of the camera. I do. I feel like myself in front of the camera, and that's another reason why I love this YouTube channel. Oh my god, that's a good coffee. So that's me. That's everything that I've been dealing with, I guess. I don't really think that I have anything else to add. I'm gonna go pack and sort my life out, and then tomorrow I have my procedure, so I think that I'll post this video tomorrow morning. That is all that I have for this video. Thank you for sitting with me if you lasted the entire video. I hope that all is well with your life, and just want to reiterate that don't wait for something drastic to happen to your life to make a change. Make the change today. It's so important, and it doesn't have to be a crazy change. Just start with like the small steps to bettering your life, okay? That is all that I have for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.